The second question on the worksheet asks what percent of students received each of the scores, and it asks for screenshots of the percent as well as a screenshot of the formula bar for the percent of students who received a score of 7. So I'm going to click back on my Excel file. I've already computed my frequencies. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to have Excel determine the total number of pieces of data. And so that's just a summation function, which I can insert a couple of ways, but I'm going to do it by starting with an equal sign, which is what Excel needs every time it's going to compute something, and then the word sum, and then what I'm going to do is inside parentheses, I'm just going to click and drag until I get to my last one, and then I'm going to hit the right parentheses and it gives it to me. So if I come up here to the formula bar, it says equals sum 04 colon 010. That means add all the values from cell 04 to cell 010. So that gives me the total without having to add anything up on my own. And that way, if you add additional data or delete something, it automatically adjusts without you having to make any kind of calculations. So I'm going to use that in my calculations for the percents. So I want to figure out what percent all of these are. Now I know that these are out of 100, so the percent is pretty easy to compute in your head, but I want to show you how you can have Excel do that for you. So I'm going to click in cell P4, which is the first cell where I'd like a percent to be displayed. I begin with an equal symbol because it's a calculation. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell Excel the cell that has the information that I want to use, and that in this case is 04. So I don't want to actually type in the value, I want to type in the cell label, and then I'm going to divide that, which is just the diagonal line, or the slash, and I'm going to divide it by the number that is in cell 011. And I'm going to put a $sign before the O and a $sign before the 11. And what that tells Excel is that when I copy this formula down to the other cells, it's always going to go back to the contents of cell 011. So after you type all that, hit enter, and then come back to P4, position your mouse so it's on the lower right hand corner of the cell. It's a thick white cross before that. It becomes a skinny black cross when you get it on the lower right side. And just drag down to the other cells in your range, and it will actually convert all of those to a percent for you. I can click back on the home button at the top, and I can click on the percent button if I want to change to whole numbers or have it display the percent symbol. So that's what I want to have you include. I'm going to actually copy and paste all of this data. I'm going to get the 100 there as well. And I'm going to go back to my worksheet. I'm going to paste. And then the second question says, what's the screenshot of the formula for those who received a score of 7? So if you go back and click on the cell, in my case it's cell P7, which is the one that has the frequencies for a score of 7, and come up here and you can copy the formula and then paste that in the worksheet.